Hi, this is Sue Jackson of the Book by Book blog, and I'm here today with my Friday Reads, my quick weekly wrap-up of what I am currently reading. Now, I just finished a couple of books, but I'm also today recording my January reading wrap-up, which will post early next week. So I'll save what I just finished for the January wrap-up, so check that out. And what I have just started, just this morning in a doctor's waiting room, is Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. Of course, I have heard so many amazing things about this novel. I've been dying to read it. I haven't read anything by her yet. So for Christmas, I included her on my list of authors I've never read. Get me anything. So my husband gave me this, and I did have quite a long wait at the doctor's office, but I'm not very far into it yet. But already loving it. So this begins in 1700s Ghana and follows 8 generations. So right at the start of the novel where I'm beginning, it's 18th century. There are self-governed villages in Ghana with their own chiefs. We see this one village where there is a young girl named Effia, from her birth to her becoming a woman. But even this early on, the outside world is beginning to show its presence. The British have recently arrived in Ghana. They have been trading with the villages, and there are just the beginning intimations that besides trading goods, they'd also like to trade slaves. So what I know about the book overall is only what I've read, and that is that it focuses on 2 half-sisters from neighboring villages who, one of them marries a British officer and goes to live in the castle there in Ghana on the coast, while the other marries a village man, stays with her village, but ends up getting captured for slavery. So I just know this is an epic family story covering 8 generations, going from Ghana to a Mississippi plantation, through the Civil War, Jazz Age Harlem. It sounds amazing. And already I can tell the writing is excellent. So that's Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. I can't wait to read more. I should have mentioned at the very beginning that since it's February now, I am focusing my reading for now on Black History Month. So obviously Homegoing is a great start to that. Loads of Black history here, and I'm really going to enjoy learning more about these different periods of time and the people. I also picked an audiobook to kick off Black History Month, and that is Last Summer on State Street by Toya Wolff. So this book was published back in June 2022. It's been sitting in my very big audio backlog. And as I was going through looking for something for Black History Month, this stood out, and it's a really good choice. Now, it's modern history. It's set in 1999, and it focuses on 4 young girls living in a single building, a housing project building, in the summer of '99 in Chicago. And they are beginning to see the other buildings in the project being demolished. The people relocated one way or another or kicked out, and the buildings literally being demolished right in front of them. So they're worried about what's going to happen to their building. They are also, and these girls are about like between 11 and 12. They're also worried about gang violence. That is a part of their lives, just a fact of life for them. They're surrounded by it. They know to stay away from the playground because that's where the gang members hang out, which is really sad. So at the beginning, three of the girls have been close friends for a while. Fifi and Precious have been friends since they were 5 years old. Their mothers knew each other, and so they've been friends for a long time. And then Stasha joined their group. And at the beginning of this novel, Fifi, who's a very kind, caring little girl, has seen this other girl that they go to school with, hanging out. And so she calls to her to join their jump rope game. So the girls very often play jump rope. Now, it's too dangerous outside on the playground, so they play indoors in this space on the floor where Fifi and Precious live. And so they call to this girl, Tanya, to join them. Now, this is an unusual group of girls. maybe not in that time and place, but Precious has been brought up in a very religious household. Stasha's family is known as the drug leaders, the gang leaders in the neighborhood. But so far, Stacia's younger. Doesn't seem to be a part of that yet. And as they quickly learn, Tanya's mother is addicted to drugs, and so tied in with those people in that life as well. So Fifi's the main narrator here, and this is very much a coming of age story as these massive changes are happening around her. So at the very beginning there, you see these four girls trying to hang on to the innocence of childhood, playing their jump rope games, staying out of trouble. And though everything around them seems very frightening, they're living in like this little bubble. And Precious's mom and Fifi's mom are trying to protect them. And then things start to happen. The dangers to them are not just the gang violence around them. I mean, they've got this whole system worked out. When they start to hear bullets, they go to the hallway in Fifi's house and get down on the ground. It's really sad. But also, it's the government itself seems to be coming after them in destroying these buildings that they've made their homes. So all of this is going on in the outside world while Fifi is struggling with normal coming of age things. And so, she's straddling this line between the innocence of childhood and growing up and finding out more about what's really going on in the world around her. So yes, it is sad and dark at times, but Fifi is a wonderful narrator, and, you do have that childhood innocence, particularly at the beginning, offsetting the darker things. And from very early on, because Fifi's narrating it as an adult looking back, that she's okay in the end, and how she ends up, which is good. So it's not hopeless. There is some hope to it, but it's painting a very stark picture of that place and time. Even though this has been sitting in my audio backlist, collecting virtual dust on my hard drive, I hadn't actually heard about it. Obviously, I picked it out at the time when the publisher sent me the list, but I don't remember hearing much about it when it was first published. So I would encourage you to check this out because it is an excellent book. In fact, I only just started listening to it this week, and I'm already about 3/4 of the way through it because it's just wonderful. It's very engrossing. The audio is very well done, and I just want to keep listening. So that's Last Summer on State Street by Toya Wolf. That's what I'm reading right now. I would love to hear what you're reading this weekend. Please let me know in the comments down below, and take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.